Hey guys, BoHD here from How To and More, and today I'll be reviewing one of the most anticipated smartphones of 2013, the HTC One. Now the HTC One has been all over the news because it manages to do two things that no other smartphone manufacturer has been able to do. The first is to include a gorgeous Full HD 1080p resolution display, while the second is to have a build quality that makes this curved aluminum Android smartphone top of its class in both construction and looks. So starting with the construction, the HTC One is a very stylish device. It has an all-aluminum curved body that fits very comfortably in the hands. Now HTC decided to keep this device very clean and simple. It has a 3.5mm headphones jack on the top with a power on and off button that doubles as an IR blaster to control your TV. On the right hand side is your volume controls, and on the left lies nothing but a SIM card slot. The bottom has the micro USB power cable and a microphone, while the back holds the 4 ultra-pixel camera and flash. While this button layout looks nice, the power button is awkward to press and really should be on the side of the device. Another weird design feature HTC did that I simply do not like is with the capacitive touch buttons on the bottom. Instead of making the HTC logo a home button, they decided to put the home button to the right of the logo, which takes some major getting used to because I'm constantly pressing the HTC logo thinking it's a home button. Another problem I have with the HTC smartphones in general is their lack of a physical or capacitive menu button. I don't know if it's just me because I'm so used to the Samsung smartphones, but I hate on-screen menu buttons because they take up valuable screen real estate and slow down my overall navigation of a phone. Now with that said, the best design feature HTC included with the One is the front-facing stereo speakers that have their own amplifiers along with Beats audio. These speakers are fantastic and make any other smartphone speakers sound like absolute garbage. The idea behind having speakers that face you as you listen or watch content just makes sense. I think HTC really set a new standard in smartphones because after using these speakers for a few weeks now, I really don't want to go back to any other device's subpar speakers. Now I would buy the HTC One just because of these front-facing speakers, they are that good. But moving on to the inside of the device, the performance on the HTC One is top of the line when it comes to speed. It has a quad-core Snapdragon 600 processor clocked at 1.7 GHz along with 2 GB of RAM. It really has no problem opening and closing applications and is overall very smooth with no lagging at all. It has a quad-core Snapdragon 600 processor clocked at 1.7 GHz along with 2 GB of RAM. It really has no problem opening and closing applications and is overall very smooth with no real lagging at all. As you can see from Quadrant and Geekbench, the HTC One destroys benchmarks, scoring well above all the other phones on the market, with maybe an exception to the Galaxy S4. But all in all, this is a top-of-the-line spec phone that should give you the power to handle any game or application for a long time. So moving on to the camera, the HTC One has done something no other smartphone manufacturer has done. Instead of cramming as many megapixels into a smartphone as possible, they decided to take 4 4-megapixel sensors and stack them on top of each other to be able to take crisp pictures with excellent low light capabilities since the added sensors can take in more light. Now the only downside of this is the low resolution, which drastically decreases image quality when you want to crop or zoom into a picture. Now as for the camera app itself, it takes pictures instantly and has a few standard settings like HDMR and panorama mode, but I would have liked to see more camera options installed. As you can see from these test pictures and full HD video at 30 frames per second, the image quality is very high end and rivals the top smartphones like the iPhone 5, Lumia 920, and Galaxy S4. The image quality is very solid, but the low light is fantastic and probably is the best in this class. One aspect of the One that really surprised me was the front-facing camera. While it's only 2.1 megapixels, it can record at a full 1080p HD resolution with a very wide angle of view. At arm's length, you can easily see my entire face and upper body, which is really nice for video chatting. A lot of people often forget to talk about these front-facing cameras on smartphones, but the HTC One did an excellent job. Now to make all these pictures and videos look even more amazing, HTC One has equipped the One with a gorgeous 1080p resolution display with a 469 pixel per inch index compacted down to 4.7 glorious inches. This is the highest display on any smartphone on the market today, and it really shows. The colors are very accurate, everything looks extremely sharp. Now I'm not much of a gamer, but with the blazing fast processor and amazing display, I have absolutely no problem playing Iron Man or Temple Run for hours on end. This is one area of the phone where you really can't appreciate the screen quality until you see it in person. So my overall conclusion with the HTC One review is that the HTC One is an excellent smartphone that will be well worth your money if you're looking for a new phone. It is the best built phone ever made, and the front-facing speakers alone are a good enough reason to pick this phone up. Now I do have to say, if you use your phone to take a lot of pictures, you may want to look at something like the Galaxy S4 since the picture quality isn't the best. But with that said, the low light capabilities are better than any other smartphone on the market, so you're going to have to see what works best for you. Once again, this is a fantastic all-around smartphone that I can definitely recommend, and it will be well worth your money. But that'll about do it for this review. If you like this video, it would really mean a lot to me if you guys gave it a thumbs up, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask me down below in a comment. In my last video, I talked about the upcoming new Xbox 720 Infinity or Durango, depending on what Microsoft decides to call it, and I asked you guys what you were looking forward to most in the new Xbox. If you haven't seen that video, definitely make sure to check it out down below and see what other people had to say in the comments. As always, I'm BoHD from How To and More. Thanks for watching.